Hi, it's Celeste, your canary in the coal mine. Today I wanted to talk about omega-3 and omega-6. Now you've probably heard of these. These are the good fats that your body needs. But the problem is that in America we get far too many of the omega-6s and far too few of the omega-3s. And even if you're taking like fish oil, which gives you more omega-3s, you may be overbalancing in the direction of omega-6s because you're using vegetable oils and you're buying factory-produced meats and chicken and fish. It turns out that in the wild, well, not exactly wild, but when cows eat grass, which is their normal, natural food, their ratio in their body is closer to a 1-to-1 ratio. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a 1-to-1 or at most a 1-to-3 ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s. In other words, you don't want to have any more than 3 times as many omega-6s as omega-3s, but the closer you can get to the 1-to-1 ratio, the better. But the average American has about a 20-to-1 ratio. I mean, it's way off, way off. So what you want to do is stop eating those things that have a lot of omega-6s in them, which I told you were things like artificially created vegetable oils. When I say artificially created, I mean like sunflower oil, safflower oil. Why am I calling those canola oil? Why am I calling those artificially created? Because the seeds from which the oil is extracted, corn oil too, think about a kernel of corn. Do you think of that as being oily? No, you don't. They have to use chemicals to extract the oil from it. And that's all kind of been done in the last half of the last century. Prior to that, people would never even have corn oil. They might have olive oil, because that's something you can press out of the fruit, or they might have coconut oil, but these vegetable oils that were supposedly healthy and were supposed to be good replacements for using lard and butter aren't as healthy as they were promoted to be. They're heavy in omega-6s. And unfortunately, that means in the body, there's kind of 2 metabolic pathways. And when you eat a lot of omega-3s, your body goes toward low inflammation. And when you eat a lot of omega-6s, your body goes toward high inflammation. And inflammation, they're noticing more and more, is kind of the underlying root under a lot of different chronic conditions, such as arthritis, such as heart disease, such as the other autoimmune diseases. So you want to keep the inflammation down as low as possible in your body. If for no other reason, then your body will hurt less because the inflammation causes pain. So that's one of the really good reasons to, even though it costs way more money, get wild-caught fish, get organic poultry, get grass-fed beef, let the chickens run loose. Even though those things probably cost 3 times as much money, or maybe not quite that much. I bought some wild salmon the other day that costs about twice as much as the farmed salmon did. But you don't have to eat big sizes of it. You don't have to eat a 12-ounce steak. You can eat a 3-ounce steak or a 4-ounce steak of the grass-fed, and then your price won't be that much different because you're just not going to be eating as much, but it's going to be high quality and it's going to have the right fats in it. So think about well-marbled beef. How do they get that? They feed it a lot of corn, and the corn, besides being GMO, which is something that you don't particularly want to be taking in, causes this fatty deposits to happen in the meat. And it's not good fat, it's the bad kind of fat. It's the omega-6 fats. So try to move in the direction of having as much omega-3s as possible. Fish oil is a good source of it, flax seeds are a good source of it. And reduce the amount of omega-6s in your diet so that for more optimum health and wellness, you've got a low ratio of omega-3s to omega-6s. So I hope that wasn't too technical, but I think it's understandable. That's one of the reasons why you want organic products, especially of the meat, poultry, and fish, because they have better omega-3 to omega-6 ratios. So, and it isn't, and now that I think about it, it isn't just organic, because if they fed the chickens a whole bunch of grains, that's still not their natural diet. You want animals that are actually eating the way animals should have been eating hundreds of years ago. So thanks a lot, and I hope that this tip helps you get well and be well. Thank you.